Hello and welcome to Lori's Crafting Place.blogspot.com. So glad you could join me today. And today we're going to be making a stocking stuffer box. So a little box that will fit inside of your child stocking or an adult stocking, whatever stockings you do, even your pet stockings. So let's get you down here so you can see what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I think I might be too far down. Sorry, as I'm trying to adjust this camera here. And so let's see, I think that's pretty good. This is the box we're going to be making. And I think it is really cute. This is courtesy of Connie Stewart. Simply Stamping, and there's a little finger thing here so that you can pop this up, and then this is the box. Oh, I think it's really a cute box. You could put one of those little Debbie Christmas tree things that you can buy will fit in here. And candy will fit in here. I think she said like 16 little miniature candies, like the Hershey's ones, or I think it's maybe 4 Ferrero Rocher candies will fit in here. And so I think that's really a cute idea. A lot of times we just throw our oranges and our candy canes and candies and whatever we buy in the stockings, and then this way it could go in a box and it's already there, or you could just give it as a gift to a friend with some of their special candy in there. And I think it's a really cute idea. So to make this box, we are going to need a piece of white that measures, that's 12 by 12 paper. So it's going to be 12 by 5 1/4. And you're going to score. Now, so I'm going to get my scoring board out because we're going to do this right here. And so we're going to score on all 4 sides on this at 1 1/4. So I'm going to take this and put it at 1 1/4 and move that cutting blade out of the way. And we're going to score it on this side. And then I'm going to just flip it over and do the other side. Oh, I did 1 1/2. Wanted to do 1 1/4. So I do have another piece of white here. Let me grab it. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. So let me get this cut down here to 5 1/4. 5 1/4. I have the sun coming in my window and it's making it really hard to see. So 5 1/4. Let's see. I think that's 5 1/4. 5 1/4 right there. Okay, so we're going to cut this off, that little strip. Now we're going to move that out of the way and do it at 1 1/4. So make sure you get 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Now that looks a lot better. Okay, 1 1/4. We're going to do the other side at 1 1/4. Making sure I have this right. 1/4. And then we've got to do the little short ends here at 1 1/4. I'm going to move this up a little bit. The leg of my phone thing is in the way. 1 1/4. Okay. And then, oops, that one didn't do it really well. Let me try this again. 1 1/4. Yeah, that looks better. And this side at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Okay, and I will have these measurements down in the description box. Okay, I've done all those at 1 1/4. Then what we want to do with let's see, I said with the 5 1/4 at the top, but that's not what I want. We're going to make some lines this way. So we need to, with the 12" across the top, we need to score 5 3/8. And 5 3/8, the 3/8 is between 1/4 and 1/2. So 5 3/8 is between 1/4 and 1/2. And so we want to score here. And then the next one we want to score at is, I need to pull out my arm here. Get some of this out of the way. I have too many things on my desk right at the moment. We want to score the next one at 6 5/8, and 5/8 is between 1/2 and 3/4. Between 1/2 and 3/4, that will give us 6 5/8. Okay, well, we got all our score marks, so we're done with the scoreboard. We'll move it out of the way. And let's tell you the other pieces that you need. You need a piece of red. I'm going to use red this time. On this one I used green. And this is some paper that my mom had given me years ago. And I love it. It's an embossed paper pad. There was 60 of them in here. And they had all these like poinsettias, some words, Santa Claus faces, trees, and I just loved them. So I couldn't get my machine to accept my embossing folder. I tried everything. So I thought, oh yeah, I have this. So you can see I hope you can see the design on there. Anyways, you need a piece of that, which is 2 1/2 by 4. And then for the sentiment part right here, you need a piece, the mat is 3 by 2. And then you need a piece that is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then that will go on here and we'll stamp on that. And what color I'm using is, let's see, I'm going to be using Cherry Cobbler. Okay, on my other one, I used Shaded Spruce to go with the green. So, and then also we're going to need a little hole punch. You can see that little hole punch. And you need a piece of ribbon that's 13 inches long. It could be red ribbon. I didn't have any, so I'm using some ivory color. And I think that's all we need on there. So now what we need to do is cut on to make our box. So, and decide, my paper has some kind of texture on this side, and this side's plain. So use whatever you want. I'm going to use the texture side as the front of my box. So now what we need to do is we need to cut on these lines. So there'll be a square here, a square here. They'll end up with a square here and here, and then on these corners. So we're going to cut, and these are your tabs. So we're going to cut this one up to that score line. We're going to cut this middle one up to the score line. And then this one up to the score line. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We'll cut up to the score line. Sorry, it's just so hard to see where my lines are with this I love the sunshine, but when it gets so bright in here, it makes it hard to see sometimes what you're working on. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is go back here and we're gonna miter these just on these tabs, not on these long pieces. So we're gonna take and just miter a little bit off. You can see how much I've taken off, about that big, not much. And I'm going to come over here and do the same thing on this end. And take that off. Do it on this one. Do it on this one. Sometimes I don't get them all the way and they don't fall off on their own. Then we're going to do it on this one right here. And on this side right here. Then we'll just flip it and do it again over here. So we'll miter right there, and we'll miter this one off. Do this middle one. And if it doesn't come off, just kind of give it a little tug, and then it'll pop off there. And then on this one right here, give that a little tug. And this one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to get these out of the way. Whoops, as I can throw them all over myself. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get my little spatula here. We're going to fold these all up. Okay. Now we're just going to fold them up. And then we're burnishing them kind of as we're going. I just think these are the cutest little boxes, and they don't take very long to make once you start on these. Just gonna fold these like this right now. And that one, and then I can come back and do this. Okay, now I need to decide which one I want to be the bottom and which one I want to be the top. These two, this is the bottom. See, they're going to come in. I also need to fold these things. I forgot. I need to fold that one. I need to fold that one. And this is my lid. So I'm going to fold it back and forth a couple times. So the lid only has 2 tabs on it. The box part has 4 tabs. Okay, that'll make our box. So what we want to do with this top part is we want to take our hole punch and make a little finger tab so that it's easier to open the box. So I'm trying to get it even on both sides, and then I will just punch this right about there, and there's my little finger tab. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to move that out of the way. We are going to put some tape on here and make our box. So I'm going to fold these over. Okay, get some tape. You can use glue or whatever your favorite adhesive is. And we want to put some tape right here on the edge where it's folded over. Okay, so if you can see that, it's right close to the edge. We want to do that on all of these. Put it close to the edge, and then we'll put a piece out here. So I'm going to put a piece out here. Uh-oh. I think my husband's coming. Oh. Hi, husband.
Hi, who are you talking to?
I'm making a video.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Your hair looks nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, my husband just went and had it to the barber shop and had his hair cut. It was getting kind of shaggy in the back. So, anyways, so he just popped in to let me know he's home, which is nice. Okay, so I'm putting tape on both ends of this. I'm going to flip it this way. It's easier than reaching across. So, and I'm sorry if you can't hear me. Sometimes I get to talking and I just get lower and lower and lower, and I don't know why I do that. I really don't know why. So, anyways, I hope you forgive me for not talking loud enough. So, maybe one of these days I'll get a microphone or something, among other things. Okay, then I'm just going to burnish those down. Now I might as well go ahead and do these two over here on this side. That way we got them all done. And it looks like I got a little bit over the edge there, so I'll have to remember to fix that, which I just roll it up a little bit. Okay. And we got one more here. You want to get close to the edge, but you really don't want to go over the edge. But I thought these would be cute little boxes, and I may just use them for, I don't know, giving to people. So, okay, let's move those down. All right, now let's come back to the box section here. I'm going to peel these tapes off, hopefully. I'm going to peel these tapes off. So, like I said, I've got the sun right in my eyeballs. Making it kind of hard to see what I'm doing. But it's okay. And this project doesn't take long. This box is really a quick box. So that's nice. If you have a lot of last minute stuff you want to make, you know, or do, and you need a box, these boxes are so easy. I love making boxes. I don't know. Just something I like to do. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we pull this over to form our box, we want to line it right up on the edge here. Okay, and that looks really good. So then we're going to take and flip it over on this side. And we're going to put that down. And that looks pretty good. And then we're going to do this one. That looks pretty good. And one more to go. And they all look pretty good. And then you can just kind of put your little bone folder inside there and kind of smash it down a little bit. And there's the bottom of our box. Now let's take these ones off of here. We can make the top of our box. And I think this is the one where I kind of went over the edge a little. So let me see if I can fix it. All you do is you just kind of roll it like this and get it back up there where it belongs. And actually, I think it's this one here that I did it to. So we'll check that out and see. Yep, this one's went over the edge a little, so let's just roll it up there. Then we'll take this and we'll go inside here. I'm going to make sure I get it right on the edge. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? It's why it's not going so straight, is I forgot to fold this one over. Oh, that was kind of dumb of me. I was like, how come this one's being such a hard one? Because I didn't crease this one. So be sure you do crease all your edges, because that's gonna really help you a lot. And then this just goes over. Then you've got a box, and it fits really well. It does a really good job. Okay, and then you got your little finger thing here to open it up. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to get rid of this stuff here. Make sure we got it facing the right direction. We're going to take this red piece right here that we have embossed. I'm going to use glue. And that's the right way. And put my glue on here. And then I'm going to lay this down on here, leaving a border on the sides and a little bit up at the top. And if there isn't a whole lot at the top, it's all right. Yeah, I keep getting hung up on something here, and I think it's the tape. So I didn't quite get it off of there or rolled up. I just don't want it to catch on things. Okay, then I'm going to put this back on here for a minute. I'm going to take the cherry cobbler, and I'm going to stamp I'm going to put that there for a minute. My little sentiment saying, wishing you a Merry Christmas. I'm going to ink that up in the red, cherry cobbler. Making sure I get it all over there. And then we're going to stamp it right here. Good. That looks good. I'm going to get that one off of there. I think I can stick it. I'll stick it right there. It won't hurt it. And get this little candy right here. And I thought the little candy I would make, oh my goodness. Probably can't hear that, I hope. Not garden green, I want shaded spruce. Shaded spruce, so that one's the one we're using. And I'm gonna make those, like these green candy cane, little peppermints. And I'll stamp one there. And I'll stamp one over here. Alrighty. We're done with that. Put that back on the tree there. So see, I like that. I think it's cute. Taking my glue again. And I'm going to put my glue on here. And set that on here. Leaving a border around it. And I can turn it over and then do this. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure I got the front. Just going to put a little bit of glue in here like this. And then turn this sideways. Like that. And then we're going to add a bow. So I've got my piece of ribbon. That's probably more than I need. That's our other box. So I'm just going to make a bow. I just, don't ask me how I do this. I just do it. Let's see here. Maybe I can make it a little smaller. Yeah, that's good. Then we'll just cut this one off a little. I can get my scissors. I think they're getting gummed up. Sorry, I'm talking low again. They're getting a little gummed up with glue and stuff. Okay, so I think I'm going to use, I did this on the other one. I just tore off a little piece of tape, probably about that big, and I stuck it on the back of this bow. and then peeled it off. It really stuck well. And then I'm going to put it right here on my box. And there's my other box. So I think these are really cute. So thank you, Connie, for your ideas. She always has great ideas. And I hope you give this a try. I hope that you enjoyed this. You never know what people are looking for or want. And I think these boxes were so cute. And so thank you for joining me. If you like this video, click the like button. And also, if you want to know when I'm making a video, you can click the little bell and it'll let you know, give you a notification. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that and join us as we make things, cards and all kinds of things. But I thank you so much. I saw that I had a couple more new subscribers, so thank you. And have a wonderful day. And until next time, happy creating. Bye-bye.